All right, guys. Cheers. We ain't gotta make it all the way around the table.
Cheers,
Just a couple
cheers,
claps. There you go.
Come on, lady, give me some space.
Corey, we're gonna do something different today.
What's up?
Man, we got an email I want to answer. All right. All right, guys. Well, welcome to the Men Don't Know podcast. I am the man of many friends, your host and creator, Chris Boone. And here on the podcast, we talk with a married guy, a single guy, and a guy in a relationship. And we ask women a bunch of questions that men want answered to. But, like I said, Coy, today, we're going to do something different. I got a great email that I want to get answered. And I want everybody's opinion on. But first of all, I want to thank everybody that's listening, everybody that's subscribing, listen on Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. If you know, you know, and I thank everybody for knowing and telling everybody else about it. Could not do this without you. Coy, we still handing out merch till the end
Get
of
your free
April.
shit.
I fucking hate you. Put that down. But I thank you guys, everybody that's sending me questions on Twitter at Men Don't Know One, everybody that's emailing me at Men Don't Know, everybody on Instagram at Men Don't Know. I thank you. I can't thank you guys enough. First, I'll start off with you, man, since you always here now and you're not here for the free drinks. You actually here for the setup too. Coy, thank you for being here.
No problem.
All right, and let me do we're going to go from left to right. First couple on the left. Daniel, Kathy, thank you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jessica, my boy Will, thank you. I see you survived.
What up?
Not much.
Hey.
Hey. And man, new to the podcast, but my man with a lot of information. T, and then of course my sister. Thank you guys for coming.
Of course.
First time, long time.
All right, guys. So this is the situation. One of my longtime listeners reached out to me and she asked me a question, and I'm going to play it right now that she asked.
If a man walks out of the house with his bags, should he be allowed to return without an apology? I had this experience 5 months ago, and it dissolved what could have been possibly a nice relationship.
That's real talk. Okay, so that question started it out, and you know me, I'm gonna rabbit hole the whole fucking thing about this. So I asked her, I was like, well, you know, I need to know the details and everything because I'm gonna get some couples on the show, and I want to know, you know, what all happened. And so this is what she said.
Hello, Chris. I'd like to provide a brief history as to the unfolding of events that led up to my question in the hope of assisting you form the question to your public. I agree there needs to be a clear definition, but initially he explained it as he was going for a walk and felt his things would not be safe. His rushed and angry early morning departure caught me off guard as we had an exchange earlier that morning about the previous night expectations. We had both stated our opinions, and I felt we had come to an acceptable understanding. Afterwards, I invited him to the breakfast I prepared for him, or to join me in some yoga stretches before our morning hike he had planned for us. He declined the breakfast and yoga, stating he'd watch a morning program for a bit. So I thought all was fine, but was aware of the minor tension between us. I'd like to note this was a new relationship and we were just getting to know each other. He was visiting me for his birthday from another city, as it was our third visit together. Leaving him to show I went up downstairs to do my yoga. Possibly 15 minutes or so pass when I'm startled to hear angry pounding feet coming down the stairs. I look up to see him walking down the stairs in a huff with his bags of his luggage. I stop stretching and ask, "What's going on? Where are you going?" This is when explains the concern for the safety of his things, all the while never stopping, proceeding directly out to his car. In his hastened departure, he left behind his laptop and the birthday gifts I prepared for him. I text him stating it was best not that he return, but I'd prepared for him to pick up items left behind. Upon his return hours later, he decided that after his beautiful walk on the beach, his head had cleared. He offered no explanation or apology, only to display a great air of arrogance that he felt he was a guest in my house. He has thus since asked on numerous occasions for an apology from me for not accepting him back into my home. I like this person very much and remain saddened by the loss of a potentially great relationship. Nevertheless, I felt his behavior was highly neglectful. He reactive out of impulse and was passive aggressive. His abrupt departure shocked, let alone hurt me deeply, as my home is a loving and safe one, where I prepared for a long weekend of plans for celebrating his birthday. I was thrilled and excited to be entertaining him. Yet, I still don't understand why I should apologize for his poor behavior. He says that he doesn't hold a grudge due to my lack of apology, but it pretty much ended the relationship.
All right, so let me ask you this. I'm gonna go with Daniel first. Daniel and Kathy, I'm gonna ask y'all first, real quick. Right off the bat, do you think, like my question is, how do you feel, Kathy? First of all, how do you feel if Daniel were just to grab his things and leave for a walk on the beach?
How do I feel if Daniel would up and leave?
Yeah.
Just leave the house?
Like y'all got into an argument and he took the bags. It's like I don't think they feel safe here.
I'd call bullshit.
Oh, okay. Why?
Okay, first of all,
Right here.
We've been dating for longer than, what was it, 3 times? She said.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm just let's stick to the question at hand.
Based on the email.
Yeah, based on the email.
Okay, but you asked if it was Daniel and I. So if it was
Yeah.
Daniel and I, I'd call bullshit.
Okay.
You need to communicate if you're gonna leave.
Okay.
And plus, there would have been something leading up to.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like she was a little blindsided by him walking out.
Okay. Will?
Me or
Yeah, you first. You first now. I want you. Well, no, actually, Daniel, go ahead. Yeah.
So are you asking if I would just get up and walk out and leave?
Well,
I mean, how would I react to me walking out and leaving? I'm out. Like,
Now, let me ask you this: what do you think brought him back?
that's a good question. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he could have cooled down or just decided that he wasn't going to be mad about whatever he was mad about anymore.
Yeah.
And just thought that or felt that,
Thank you, Jessica.
We have our first caller.
Go ahead.
Or I mean, I guess he just felt like he could have felt like he was done with the situation and just wanted to move on and just.
He was ready to talk. Maybe he came home because he was ready to talk.
I doubt that he was ready to talk based on the email, but he just felt like he was ready to move on from it, as if like nothing had happened. And some guys think that that's plausible.
Okay. Will?
Shit, I don't know. I feel like he needed time. He needed space a little bit.
There's other rooms in the house.
I mean, is it his spot?
No, it is not.
Okay.
He's there for the weekend.
All right, so maybe he just needed time. I don't know.
No, Jessica. Go ahead. What?
We're specifically saying their situation or
Yeah,
our situation?
No. Their situation.
I would have said bye.
Oh, really?
Don't come back. Take all your shit. It's been a few times. Okay.
Okay. Well, no, I'm not mad at that.
They were on vacation, right? Is that what they said?
He vacationed to her
Okay.
For his birthday.
for his birthday.
But that's what I'm saying. So maybe, it's not a. I mean, I'm just trying to find a
You trying to give him hope, huh?
Right, not even a hope. I'm just saying,
all
like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not his spot. He's there on vacation. You know what I mean? Maybe he just felt like he needed to get out of there and get into something that was a little more.
Decompress.
Right, exactly.
There you go. Thank you, Coy. All right, my boy Ty.
My Coy know what's up.
Yeah, Ty. Let me ask you.
I mean, I don't have a problem with him leaving,
Yeah.
but I think that there's something else that's going on there. Like,
Okay.
obviously, he's suffered some type of trauma in a past relationship that leads him to believe his stuff isn't safe, or she's not necessarily speaking on all the details of the situation.
Okay.
It's one thing to leave, it's
Yeah.
another thing to say my stuff isn't safe here. Either you're traumatized from a past situation, or there's something else there that's not come out yet.
Right.
All right, Nina.
I would say, yeah, first when I heard it, I felt as though it was weird because it's like, why are you going to get up and then let alone say your stuff isn't safe?
Yeah.
Like, what text message did you receive prior to your luggage being unsafe to where
true.
you need to leave?
Okay, I like that. Okay, so with me asking her this, first of all, Coy, what do you think?
Was she a thief in her past life? Did he find something out? This email is very vague.
I know. Okay, so in my deep diving, I asked her, what happened the previous night to bring all these things up into fruition today, that day. So this is what she replied with.
Hi, Chris. The night before we went out for an earlier dinner, as he was a bit tired from his flight in, I decided on a nice pre-birthday dinner for him at a local seafood restaurant near the ocean. When he seemed a bit put off by the prices, I explained it was my treat, and I suggested he tried the branzino as it was a special occasion. The meal was wonderful, and afterwards we walked the pier enjoying the sunset. For all accounts, it was a nice evening and a beautiful night out for getting reacquainted. On the ride back, which was beautiful, he starts to make negative comments on the economic drawbacks of where I live, in the West Coast, of course, compared to the South where he resides. I attempted to draw his attention back to how fortunate we were to be able to share our lives and different locals. Yet he continued the entire drive back with his reasons for why it was not advantageous for me to remain living in the West. By the way, he'd brought up this many times in my past. I had to often remind him that when he initially reached out to me, he'd said my location was not a problem. I realized then and now that he wanted me to find being with him more desirable, but he lacked the ability to express it emotionally, so he always breached the subject economically. Once we were home settled, I asked him if I could speak with him. I felt it be important to let him know that I was doing great and that he didn't need to be concerned about taking care of me. That it hurt my feelings for him to be always bringing up what he perceived as the shortcomings of my place of living. I had no such concerns, comments, or thoughts as to where he lived. So I wanted him to ease up and just enjoy how great our lives could be together. I told him we could work out what was important to us and the relationship evolved. But for now, he had no real issues. After I explained, he became quiet and distant. We were to watch a series he suggested, and I hoped for a night of intimacy. Instead, he tells me that he's exhausted and is going to bed early. He does not invite me to join him in bed, so I retired to my bedroom alone for the night, knowing that I'm somehow being punished. Sleep does not come for me that night, as it's difficult for me to believe that he didn't understand we should be together no matter what. Still yet, I got up early the next morning, determined to make the most of our day and our long weekend of who knows what. While he's sleeping, I prepare a special breakfast and set his gifts out where he'll find them with his things. He made arrangement for us to take an early morning hike, so I was looking forward to that for easing the tension. He found me in the kitchen completing the breakfast, and his position appeared to be elevated. We briefly discussed our options for the morning, and he decided he wasn't ready for breakfast yet, so I explained I would then get ready for our hike. Now, mind you, I'm still uncomfortable about the night before, but he suggested we go to bed. I'm dumbstruck and asked him about abandoning me the night before. He plays it off to fatigue, but I'm not buying it. I tell him that he's passive aggressive and that if there is any hope for the weekend, he needs to take accountability for how he's treating me. Like the night before, he goes silent and decided to watch a morning show. I tell him that I'll be downstairs doing yoga until he's ready to go hiking. You know the rest of the story from here.
All right, so this is this is where it gets tricky, and now I'm only asking the guys because I already know the women's answers, but I'll let y'all answer after. Knowing the subtle hints of her wanting to be intimate and him shunning it, do you what do you make of that? Don't look at me like that, man. What do you make of it though? Like, I still want to, shoot him some bail and whatnot, but like, do you think the argument over prices and how she lives is, a problem for him?
Well, I'll say this.
Yeah.
The intimacy thing, I'd be curious to know how old he is first.
Okay. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It does seem suspect, but a lot of men's egos affects their ability, right? So if he's
100%.
on this economic kick, my first thought is that he doesn't feel economically adequate, which mentally is affecting him in a bunch of other ways, right? It's why he may have started an argument.
Let me go ahead and champion that. No. Solid. Go ahead.
It's why he may have started the argument. It's what may have put him off, and it may have ultimately meant what's affected him is that he feels that if he's in the rural South, maybe, and his finances ain't where hers are, and she's out here in the West, even though she's taking care of things as a man, he's insecure and threatened by that, and that's affecting him.
Okay. Will?
That doesn't even make sense.
Hey, wait.
I'm gonna try and play a little bit of devil's advocate.
Okay.
Can we? How come we not getting his side of the story?
I mean, because she's the one that emailed me. Yeah. That's all we got. Yeah, and he left.
Okay. I mean, I'm shit. I don't know. I'm trying hard to but I mean, you're not getting two sides of the story, so it's kind of hard to.
Right. But let me ask you this: put yourself in his position. What do you think would have stopped the night of intimacy for you?
Don't
look at your wife.
I mean, based off everything that she's saying nothing. I mean,
yeah.
Shit, I don't know.
Okay. Dan?
So to kind of, I wouldn't say piggyback on what my man T said, but to kind of, I guess, context it, I can't imagine that he's feeling insecure or that makes him feel insecure. That's just, based on just the fact that it said the South, I'm getting the idea that that's kind of his upbringing. That's how he's raised, in a sense, to be a head of household, to basically say, okay, your economic situation here in the West is not advantageous. He feels like he should be listened to. Now, whether that he's not going to manifest it and think in his head, oh, she's making me insecure, as it's just that is not his norm. And her not listening to him or shunning him off makes him feel disrespected, to be honest. And, any of us as men that can feel disrespected can say, no, I'm not doing this tonight. Like, I'll go to sleep on my side, you go to sleep on your side. Like, it's not outside of any man to say, to feel disrespected by somebody and not want to get it in.
Okay.
It's not. And same thing for a woman, right? You think about it. We are all in relationships.
Y'all had it hostage.
Right. She like,
nasty.
You ain't getting this tonight, right? So we have that ability to
that
be able
is a negative.
$50,000 or nothing. Hostage. Go ahead, Jessica. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, first of all,
Yes.
they've only gone out a few times prior to this. So if he's in his feelings over anything that soon, he needs to go away and just take his bags, like he said. And I get what Ty's saying, and I understand what you're saying, but according to the story, he's giving her shit, it sounds like, because she's not living in an area that is up to par according to him. How you going to tell me something about the area I live in not being up to par, but then you're eyeballing prices at dinner, my dude?
Okay.
So either you have money or you don't. And if you have money, why are you stressing me?
So I would agree with you without...
Wait. No. It's the girl's turn. It's okay.
I don't understand that situation at all. And regardless, like, if you're that immature, you came on vacation. You're only there for 2 or 3 days. You were that immature to not be able to have whatever conversation and enjoy the fact that you're going to get laid. You're that much of a female, and then you're going to stomp out with all your stuff and say you don't feel safe. I'm super good. I'm not a lesbian. I'm not trying to be with the female. Like, I understand it.
Okay. Kathy, go ahead.
If it's their third time meeting,
Yeah.
like, you're still in the, like, I'm gonna see you, and it's on. Like,
Okay.
you're still brand new. Like, I want to see you, and like, we're not even making it past the doorway. So,
Okay. Nina, go ahead.
No, I agree with the both of them. I'm sorry, but there is absolutely nothing that I don't know that she could have done to make him feel like he didn't want to have sex with her. That I'm like in awe about that, because it's as though I felt like there's an underlining situation going on that he clearly didn't tell her. But no, man, I know you're in the honeymoon phase. You're in like la la land. She could have said boo and you would have like jumped her bones. So, yeah.
Okay. All right, Daniel, go ahead. You got 10 seconds.
All I'm saying is, one, back to what T said, like, we don't know how old he is. So that's one. But two, we as Western civilization folks don't see kind of the world from a view that he might. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like if you have all of us, if you take this podcast to Alabama and sit it right there, you might get a different reaction from the couples that you have at that table.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Fair enough. Go ahead, Toy.
I agree with that, but then going back to what I was saying about insecurity, you're right. Maybe, and I don't want to stereotype the South, but yeah, it could be what Daniel said in terms of, as a man, he doesn't feel heard. But I'm coming from the perspective of, I've lived good and I've had some lean times. And I know during lean times, even though I've had good women that were willing to support me, as a man, I didn't feel like I was pulling my weight and doing what I had to do. And that affected me adversely in a bunch of different ways. It wasn't about her not hearing me. It was about me feeling inadequate about myself. So whether you call it insecurity or inadequacy, that's where I was coming from with that.
No, I feel you 100%. I just don't know if on a third date that much is invested into it as much as he just doesn't. It's not where it's not what his vision is as kind of how he's been raised, how he's cultured.
Okay. See, but on that third date, though, that's even more so it, right? You're still trying to establish who you are. And if you want to establish that I'm financially secure and I'm that dude, and you're only on your third date and I can't, like, I'm looking at stuff going, man, I don't know if I can hang in this situation. Yeah. These Western prices kicking my tail, you might already be starting to feel away. Because early on, you're seeing that, hey, I might not be up to snuff.
All right. So once again, went back down the rabbit hole after she sent me that, because like you guys, I asked, how old is he?
Old.
Okay. So I'm gonna play you what she
definitely not young.
Yeah, I'm gonna play you what she sent me.
He is 59 years old, and he was during the birthday of last September. We initially met via Match in the fall of 2016 and corresponded for about a month or so. Although the period was short, we really enjoyed talking to one another. I broke off all personal communication with him when I received rather an abrupt, angry, and irrational email from him expressing the stresses he was under and his annoyance over my unwillingness to have a destination meeting. I told him numerous of times that it would worry my family to do such a thing and that it is important that he come visit me first. Anyway, it wasn't until mid-June 2019 that he contacted me via my business, asking how I was and offering an explanation for his previous behavior. He explained that he had never stopped thinking of me and asking me to reconsider speaking with him. In short, he flew me out on July 20th, visiting for the weekend. He then flew me out to visit him again August 20th for 5 days. On September 19th, he returned for a long weekend to celebrate his birthday with me. Although it was barely a couple months together, the past summer, prior to his birthday visit, we'd already made projected plans for my visit to him in October and purchased tickets for me to meet his family for the Thanksgiving holiday. All of our plans and the relationship fell away due to my refusal to apologize for something he created. I have not seen him since the morning of his birthday, September 20th. We've spoken a bit during the holiday season, although I could still feel a huge level of resentment towards me during these conversations. Early this year, I cut off what little personal communication we had left. I told him goodbye, wishing him well. Recently, he emailed me the day after Valentine's Day via my business, expressing how he missed me and that he thought me to be the exception. As of this week, he has left a voicemail on my business phone with repeated calls. I do not answer these calls as I have accepted that it is over. Maybe his walking out was a blessing, as I don't know what to make of it. All I really know is that it's easy to love. However, his behavior didn't feel like he loved me.
All right. So let me ask you guys this question real quick. And this is jumping to the end of what that just finished with. Do you think he's back to that baby please realize that what he lost type of thing? Like he got home, everybody was telling him he was a fool. Like his boys was like, what are you doing? Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
That's what it sounds like. I mean, that's definitely what it sounds like. Unless it was more so him just taking time to himself and seeing that it really wasn't that good out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he was down by the water. Exactly. Hey, you put your feet in the sand, make you feel some type of way. No, real tough. Coy. Being
59 years old.
Yeah.
Old enough to turn down that pussy for that weekend, right? Huh? But for him to hit back after, yeah, he wants another shot.
He wants another. Yeah, okay. Jessica, I know you're not giving. I know. Go ahead. Come on.
Oh, boy, bye. You're 59 years old. You're a grandfather, and you're giving me shit like that, and then leaving and coming back.
No.
Nope. Would have been blocked. Blocked on IG.
Well,
email,
I mean, like I said, he reached out to her through her business, so it's like
stalker, file some paperwork.
I mean, he hitting her with the baby, please. I made the mistake. No.
How do you guys think that argument went that night? I'm not sleeping with you. Do you have another room I can sleep in today?
Okay, but
my bad. Go ahead.
Being as evil as possible, he left at one point.
Yeah.
Right? That night he left, took all his stuff.
Well, he went for a walk. Not that night, in the morning.
In the morning.
He went for a walk with both his luggage.
With all his stuff. Now, doesn't that strike anybody as strange? Yeah. And he's not from here. So is there a strong possibility, she said, that she met him on a dating app, that maybe he was talking to somebody else as well and started the stupid fight for no reason just to be able to leave for a couple hours to go see the other homegirl, and that didn't work out, and that's why he
I think you going too far with it.
Yeah. If he wasn't 60 years old, I might have brought that. I mean, come on, man. I mean,
go ahead, Ty.
Viagra only lasts for so long.
But he's also on like Match.com. What are you doing at 60 on Match.com?
I mean, you ain't 60 in the club. Yeah, I mean, where you gonna go?
No.
So he had two girls on the same weekend? Is that what you're saying? He orchestrated that?
You think? I think that could be a possibility. Yeah.
Really?
I really think that could be a possibility because who makes up an excuse that I'm upset and my things aren't safe?
So I would,
go ahead.
I would disagree as far as having another side piece like in the city, but
that's a
I can
coincidence.
see that as a manipulative tactic for trying to get quote unquote mind control.
And
Mind control.
So think about it. Think of it as like, okay, he's got multiple females, but he wants them to basically be at his beck and call. You know, when he's ready to see them, he's ready to see them, and they can, you know, he kind of controls the situation. He wants to.
I think y'all thinking too deep on this. Like,
you want that old school mindset?
yeah, man.
He's too old to be orchestrating all this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
he is
one,
way too old.
No.
He is way too old.
Okay.
To be playing these type of games.
You would hope so.
You would think so.
You would think so. But
You would think so.
Realistically,
Hey, it's a new day.
I agree with Will.
I mean, I tried to defend this dude,
Yeah.
being that we don't know his story, but
Giving him too much credit.
yeah, I feel like I don't know, man.
I agree with a little bit of everything what everybody's saying, right? There's a few things to look at.
Mm-hmm.
This email's because she said she still likes him. They met on an inorganic dating app.
100%
They don't know
facts.
each other that well. He's 59. That dude's got a ton of baggage. He's single for a reason.
Right.
If she really likes him the way she said, yes, his behavior's unorthodox. But does she want to try to peel the layers of the onion and get to know who she is? She wouldn't be hitting this show up and asking you these questions if she didn't have no thoughts in her head. So they need to communicate. Instead of her reaching out to you, she needs to reach out to him and then see what's up.
Okay, wait, Jessica.
But I also, no, I feel as though it's like, come on. I mean, I think the reason why she probably reached out is because she's probably trying to analyze the situation and think, shoot, like,
Yep.
was it me?
Because that's what we
Like,
do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I need some validation.
Yeah.
I'm not tripping, right? This fool is
Exactly.
retarded.
Yeah.
Yes, sister.
No.
Don't call him back.
Yeah, no, she did the right thing because I mean he was low key harassing her, but I also think with the mind control, I could definitely see that if he's just like, okay, bye, I'm gonna take my things because they're unsafe, that he's like trying to get her where he wants her, but it backfired because she's like, you're crazy.
It
Bye.
backfired, but we are here talking about this because of what he did to her and the fact that she sent the email there. Now,
First of
every
all-
female in this room would be
Go.
like, thank you, bye, peace out, nigga. But realistically, she is sending this email because she still has feelings for this dude.
No,
And
she doesn't have feelings.
She's looking for somebody to
No.
say,
She clearly
you could have done
said
this
so check this
different.
out.
in the
Maybe,
beginning of the
maybe you could have done
email,
that.
I still like him.
Right.
Wait.
If you're 100% right in your convictions, if somebody does me wrong, I don't need nobody's validation for me to be out. I don't need you to co-sign that I make the right decision. I know
Because
I'm
you're a
being
man and you're stubborn. We need validation.
Thank you. Yeah.
I could be stubborn or y'all could be insecure and y'all are not sure whether or not y'all did the right thing. Because
Okay.
when I'm right, I'm right.
Okay, so here's the curveball for you guys. We're gonna call M now. Yeah.
Live.
I'm
No,
excited.
no, we're calling her right
Hold
now.
on. Do you know she's gonna get all these questions from a pack of wolves? You warned her.
I told her that I was going to hit her up and give her a call because, you know, she said if I needed any clarification that I could call her, and that's what we are going to do in a second. Okay, got it right here. Okay, guys. So first of all, let's not attack her all at once. I know we all have plenty of questions.
No, we're not going to
Oh.
attack her because I feel like we are women over here. We support her decision.
Oh yeah,
to
yeah,
not,
and I
you
know, I feel like the guys over here are having. We want more.
More clarification.
Yeah, we want more detail.
That's fair. That's fair, right?
Yeah. There's a second side to the story. And we
Oh
need to
yeah,
know it.
most definitely.
Are we calling him too?
No. No.
Well, on top of that, she said the big signals.
Slow down.
I like him, but tell me what's going on.
Right.
Like, what
Right.
is-
I mean, okay, but let me ask you this, and real quick, we all have liked somebody, and I've all left a situation and hit the what if for like a month or two before we got into our next situation. So let's call and find out. Where are we at? Okay, right here. All right. M, how are you doing? Well, first of all, let me let you know you are on the Men Don't Know podcast. I'm here with a bunch of people, but thank you for picking up. So, M, let me first explain the situation. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thank you for calling.
Okay, M. So I have a group of women here that are on your side and are championing you like no other. So,
Thank you.
But I have their spouses next to them that need more clarification because they more or less want to know what more. And so they've all been filled in through all of our emails we've gone through back and forth. But let me introduce the couple so you know. Daniel, Kathy, say hi.
Hi, Miss M.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, Daniel. Hi.
And how long have you two been together, per se, Kathy and M?
Basically.
Wait. Hold on. No, I'm gonna break down because you, Kathy and Daniel been together.
Right at about a year and a half.
Okay, so they've been together for a year and a half. Now I got Will and Jessica, and say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
And
Hi, guys.
y'all have been married for
15 years.
Okay, they've been
Why is he laughing?
Because it's a
question.
long, it's a long ass
There's no
time.
laughter needed in answering that
I'm
question.
37 years old. It's a long ass time.
Okay, for 15. Damn. Okay. Whew.
Did you say 15 or 16 years? So
One
really
five.
One time. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Right? Hey, I say that all the time. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. And my last couple here, Ty and Nina. Say hi to M.
Hey, Em.
Hello.
Hi.
And how long have y'all been together?
We've been together for 6 years.
6 years. Okay. All right. And of course, I got my assistant and friend single, Coy. Coy, say hi.
Single for 38 years. Hey, Em.
Okay. M, first question that everybody's been wondering, if you don't mind telling us, how old are you?
I am 38. I am 58.
Wait, what? Say again.
Whoa, what?
I am 58 years old.
Oh, 58.
Oh.
Yes.
No. Go ahead.
I'm a mature adult. I'm 58.
Yeah, she's 50. Okay, so let me ask you this. They want to know, could you have gave him any inkling that his stuff was not safe at your place?
Absolutely not. That's what's absolutely not. That's what's so very amazing about it. Again, being a mature adult, I'm pretty comfortable at knowing how to create an environment for loved ones. So definitely not.
So you were not a thief in your past life? No kind of criminal record or anything like that?
No, nothing. Just no. I mean, just really wonderfully quiet people. Actually, he appeared to be someone of a person who's more like a Christian, actually. So, and he was not comfortable. He had made it very clear that he was very suspicious. And again, if any of you know about what it's like to be on a dating site, this is the first person I ever entertained, period, as a male, and definitely the first male that's ever come to my house. So that's how safe I felt. And again, I had previously visited his home, and I felt very safe there. So this was his second visit to mine. But definitely, no, I wouldn't characterize my home and surroundings as being anything of suspect.
The first question I had that I was curious about was, it sounds to me if you have a loving environment, that there's an issue on his end in terms of security or trauma on his end. Wouldn't you want to give him the chance to explain why he felt that way as opposed to just shutting it down? If you say in the email that you did like him the way you did, wouldn't you want him to try to explain why he feels the way he feels?
Absolutely, and that's the part that I found fascinating, because when he initially left, I was so shocked. I actually got on the phone immediately and called a friend close by, because I didn't know what to make of it. And I spoke with her, and and her husband, they were basically saying, go find him and calm him down and see what's going on. And so I was given even advice and others, just let's see if he's going to come back and let's see what his reasoning is. So I had support, and I had people rooting for him as well. So it wasn't, I was making a unilateral decision about you can't come back here. So when he did come back, I did initially send him a text message saying, I think it's best you not return. And I had put his things together for him to pick up because he had forgotten a few items on his rush out. He had forgotten to go into the office and forget his laptop was there and his birthday gifts were there. I had prepared for him. So I just texted and said, I think it's best you don't return because clearly if you feel like this home and this environment, and I'm doing yoga. What kind of person does yoga because I'm not feeling safe here?
hey, very true.
I do have a question. How long was he?
Stretching going on.
How long was he gone when he initially left?
About an hour and a half, close to 2. I kind of lost a sense of time a bit because I was so frazzled by it. I actually got up and started doing chores. I went up to clean his bedroom and his bathroom. So by the time he got back, I cleaned a lot of things, put it that way. So I think about an hour and a half to 2.
Yeah. And what you did, this is Nina, what you did was right. An hour and a half. I'm sorry, that's unexcusable for anybody. Like, you did right because he abruptly left. He left you confused as to be like, hey, his things aren't safe. Like, he's a grown, mature, adult man who feels as though his stuff is unsafe, so he leaves. I don't know. No, I would have felt the same way. That's definitely triggers something. Yeah,
correct.
No.
Triggering my attitude.
And Nina, and what made me feel odd, Nina, was that when I left him I had invited him still. I was trying to engage in something for the morning with me still. But I remember I thought, I'll give him a few minutes. He'll feel better. I'll just go downstairs and stretch and get ready. But if you were here to see the mannerism when this person comes pounding down the stairs in his bags, both big bags, fully packed, and I'm like shocked. And I'm like, where are you going? He goes, well, for a walk. And I go, with your things? And he goes, well, yes, I don't feel that they'll be safe here. I was shocked. I didn't know what to do or say, actually. And I just watched him walk straight out and put his things in the car. And only thing I could think to do was to call my girlfriend and said, he just left. And she goes, where to? And I go, I don't know.
And you said he forgot his laptop?
Yes, because I think
So you don't feel safe, but the most expensive thing you own, you forgot.
No, he set a trap for.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
What does this guy do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
Please, I gotta know this.
Professional luggage walker.
Can I answer Nina's question very quickly because I think he was in such a hurry because when I came upstairs, he had literally cleaned out everything, his clothes, his hairbrush, his suit, everything was gone. Like he was just gone. And I wouldn't have even noticed the laptop was there. Yeah, I just happened to know it was in the office and he just must have forgotten. He was just wanting to, display something. And I don't think he meant to leave it. It was too valuable for him because he is a businessman.
Okay.
And he's very successful. In his own right, he's very successful. He's also very unique.
We all, I'm not going to lie to you, Em, we all was wondering where he was at. Go ahead, Kathy.
Did you just say very unique?
No, he's a businessman.
Yeah, he's very unique. Because he's unique in the sense that he's very bright. First of all, I have to give him credit. He's very intelligent. He's creative, but he also operates a business. Most artistic people tend to be one vein. Yeah, and they don't have. But he's thorough. He's a little anal, but very definitely a very bright person.
So, are you speaking that from an entrepreneurial standpoint, or
both? Yes, there's that too. Yeah, absolutely, sure. He's successful where he's at, and he has a business with a company that's ran out of the country.
So we were discussing the possibilities and the way that it was explained when we read everything, and he stomped out, whatnot, and then now saying that he's a businessman and his stuff isn't safe, but he left his laptop, yada, yada, yada.
Correct.
And you guys met on a dating site and he's not from down here. My initial thought was that he left for just enough time to go see somebody else, and that was an excuse to leave.
Yeah.
So my follow-up question is, has he been in... Sure.
Go ahead, Em.
No, I'm listening. I love that. Go ahead,
okay.
I want to hear.
My follow-up question was this, did you know that if he had been to the West before, or to your knowledge, was this the first time that he visits the West? Does he have family over here? I mean, is he specifically here for you on this trip?
I'm pretty certain he was specifically here for me because he's a world traveler. He's based on his business. This is not, he's not naive. This is someone who certainly, as anything, I can say he was maybe more insecure about something, maybe previous experience, but he'd been on the dating site, for instance. I was new to the dating site.
Let's give him some credit here. We think 59 years old, he's in a wheelchair. No, this guy is.
Yeah, no.
So hold on, what did you think of Jessica's theory about having another guy? Did you ever suspect that or no?
Another girl.
Another girl.
No,
or a guy. It could be a guy.
Yeah, it could have been a guy too. Right. Exactly. It could have been. But no, I really felt, first of all, I know this guy really liked me. We were immediately, we worked together. It was great. I can't explain to you all how unique it was. It was like, this was correct. And the reason why I even wrote in the question, because I knew in my mind, it still concerns me that if this could be so good and so correct and go bad instantaneously, I'm just wondering what hope is there out there for people dating who do meet people? Because this is what you expect to find.
But so, when you went over there to visit first, was there any suspicion or anything, or it all went good?
No, okay. I should explain quickly too that he initially came out to visit me. He had met me 3 years ago on Match originally. We spoke and we hit it off immediately then. We talked, he'd call me every day, 2 and 3 times a day. And then I got a strange email from him out of nowhere one day, and he was upset and because he'd been wanting to meet, and he wanted me to meet him at a destination place, and I wasn't comfortable with that. And so we kind of ended at that point. And 3 years later, he contacted me again. Yes. And he said, I haven't forgotten you. And when we shared, and he came back out to visit me almost 2 weeks later, immediately, because I was not willing to. Yeah, exactly. But but there could have been indicators at that first instance, because when he first came, he had a meltdown of sorts, not with me. I listened to him speaking to someone. It had to do with his rental car, and he was upset with the person.
He sounds like he's immature for his age, one, and two, the traveling situation. It's too much opportunity. I think he's messing with other people in different places.
And
whenever. Go ahead, Ty.
I do think later. Go ahead. What do you got? Hi, we need a guy. Okay, what do you think?
I think it's easy to sit here and smash on this guy.
Yeah.
But you're 59 and single for a reason. That means you have baggage and luggage. Now,
thank you.
Dating apps in and of itself are inorganic. No matter how much y'all talk on the phone, there's nothing like in-person chemistry. And I feel like this.
Absolutely.
Depending on how you feel about the situation, it's real simple. Either you'll take the time to, via phone or email, say, hey, listen, let's talk about this, what happened, and get an understanding of what his trauma is and what he's dealt with. Or you'll decide, you know what, he's pretty unorthodox. I'm old enough. I don't have time to deal with it, and that's it. But I think that we shouldn't necessarily cast a whole bunch of negative aspersions on him without knowing his story and where he came from.
But Ty, did you hear what I said? I said this was on all aspects. This was a wonderful relationship, and the reason why it still concerns me is because clearly I love this guy, and it wasn't just upon meeting him. I loved this guy just without ever seeing him and speaking with him.
Well, I agree with you, Em, and that's why I'm not actually saying this negative to you. I'm talking more to my cast panel. You love him, right? Yeah. Relationships take work. The easy thing to do is to go, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's probably a duck. But what I'm saying is, Take the time to peel back the layers, see what he's working with. You're an intelligent woman. You're old enough to know what BS is BS, and just actually talk it through with him as opposed to, assuming the worst. That's all I'm saying.
But
wait.
I agree with you. I agree with him, but my only concern is that sometimes maturity doesn't come with age.
Thank you.
Go ahead with that, boy.
Go ahead, of responsibility.
Go ahead,
yeah,
59. How much more do you need?
About maturity for me. He has to accept, and especially when you're there providing. And I'm giving this guy nothing but total love. I mean, I don't want anything from him. I'm self-sufficient. I am thrilled to be with this guy. I'm thrilled to share what I have with him. And if he can't accept that when we have to use our words, I mean, we're old, but instead of walking out, why can't he use his words and express what he wanted to feel? Or when he returned, there was a great opportunity for that. And nevertheless, he still spent the time talking about why he was a guest, and this is what he expected to be had for himself. He never thought or spoken, understood that I'm standing there crying that I must have frightened her, or maybe I should explain. But he didn't. And that's when I asked him that he just needs it.
Okay, so for context, as it pertains to his personality, would you say, or even as a businessman, right, would you say he had a more authoritative approach or collaborative approach to the way he did business, the way he interacted with people? Did he seem to be a totalitarian of sorts, or somebody who was like very collaborative?
Big words.
When some individuals run and operate, like I said, he operated two different veins. That's why I love, because again, I got the best example of it is when I heard him berating a person at a rental car agency, and I remember stating when he got off saying that you can be wealthy, but that's not appropriate to speak to someone like that. That person makes $7 an hour possibly, and I'm sure that it's not their fault that there's no maps. People use automated navigation today. I mean, I'm sure we can get you back to where you're supposed to be, and you're a world traveler. So that was my first indicator of saying that he thought maybe his status and his ability, and maybe there was something else underlying why he was talking that way to someone else. But I was very concerned about that. But again, we were just meeting each other, and I'm giving total rein and leeway because I dig this guy, and I'm not going to do anything to harm him or run him off. But he did a lot of things that were highly negligent. I felt, and I think that was the last straw, that one. There were other incidents I could have seen before. And if you spare me a quick minute, I'll tell you one, and you can tell me about this quickly.
Okay, go ahead.
When I went to visit him, all right, the first day I flew in to visit him, he flew me to him, and he wanted to go out dancing that evening. And I go, absolutely, sounds wonderful. So he takes me out dancing, and we get to the place, and there are people there, and they're saying you have to pay to valet park, which, I'm thinking that's okay. Yeah. And the guy tells him the fee, and he gets upset with the guy telling him the fee for the parking. Now, I'm thinking you're on your first date taking me out to you're not going to get in an argument with the guy about the valet parking. I said, I'll pay it. Just so, he goes, no, it's not about the money. He goes, I just don't like that they're charging us to go in here tonight. And I'm thinking, who cares, right? But he decides he's going to park the car himself, and he says, I get out, and he's going to go park the car. And I decided, because we're going to be dancing all night, I said, can I put my purse and lock it in the car? And he said, yes. And he goes off to park the car. Well, about 5 minutes passes, and he's not back. Another 10 minutes, 15 minutes passes, and then one of the valets come over and say, why are you standing here still? Like, I'm waiting for my date. And this is when they say, well, he's not over there parking. And, turns out they escort me into the dance hall and explain that, she's waiting for someone, the same people he fought with. And they take good care of me. And about 25 minutes later, almost close to 30, this guy shows up again. He comes to the dance hall all casual, and he walks in. They're waiting for me at the door. And he says, I can smell on his breath that he's been drinking coffee. And I said, did you go and have a coffee? And he goes, yes, he went and had a coffee. He left me on the curb for 25, almost 30 minutes.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but you did the right thing. He might be 59, soon to be 60 years old. He's used to getting his way. and he has a completely different agenda. He's acting as though he's a 25-year-old man.
And
More
he's
like
cheap.
boy. Yeah.
He's cheap as hell.
You're not going to leave me on a curb to go get coffee. How dare him?
No, and I mean, I'm wearing these white spandex tight pants and a halter silk top.
Ooh.
And the guys are nice enough to notice this girl should not be here. They went over and got me and escorted me in. And I just remember thinking, okay, I should go home tomorrow. But I remember give him a chance. I don't know what that was about. And when we got back to his place, I asked, "Did you understand you're responsible for me when I'm with you?" And he, at that point, he had an issue about, well, it was no big deal. I just went and got a coffee. I needed to stay up. The idea of putting me in the car, taking me and saying, let's go have a coffee first or whatever, didn't even occur to him that I was someone of value and that he left me in a strange place with my purse and no phone, no money, and he just left me.
Go ahead.
So,
Yeah. Let me just tell you, if I was on a date with somebody and they did that, nope. You wouldn't be having to worry about valet parking. That would be the last thing because your shit would be in the river. We would be done, not talking ever again. Don't call me nothing.
But I did what Ty was thinking. I was thinking, okay, this is, again, it's really hard to find really wonderful people that will work just for you. And we are both very useful, this guy. He used to be a former wrestler in college. And I mean, we were just on it. I mean, it's just amazing. So I was doing that idea thing at Tyson. I'm just like, don't make that judgment. He hasn't been around quality. He probably doesn't know. Just help him out. And I did. I stayed with him the rest of the week. We had a fabulous time at the home.
Wait, he almost sounds too good to be true, though.
Yeah.
You gotta be realistic. Like I said, you can have the qualities we've had that work well together, but you still have work to do. I had work to do on my part. He had work to do on his part. For instance, he invited me to live with him right after I stayed there. He invited me to close down what I had here and come live with him and just, live and stay. And I said, I'd like to have my own home. I think that's okay, and it's still early. So he was very taken with me. And he's nerdy. It's an unusual man. This is not joking.
He wasn't nerdy. No. What you did was correct. He wasn't nerdy. He knew exactly what he was doing.
No, I mean academically nerdy. Based on he's a really weird engineer. Yeah.
An engineer at that. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
And you did the right thing. You left. He's playing games. He's a grown man who's playing games. But Kathy over here has a question
so
for
25 minutes sounds like exactly enough time to go park the car, maybe accept a quick phone call, like, hey, I'm going to be busy for the rest of the night or for the rest of the week. Go grab a coffee, disguise it, and get back to you in time. So that definitely was red flag number one.
Okay.
You mentioned you're in love with this guy. What are you in love with? Are you? It sounds. It sounds like you're in love with an idea of a man. This man. Go ahead.
No, I love everything. It's my personality. It's kind of weird. I love things and people. I don't have like attachments to them, or otherwise I wouldn't have let him go right away. I understand what it is to love someone and love things, and I don't give that away just because it didn't work out. I love the feeling of love, so I'm not going to give that away. I love that. Things don't always go my way, which is fine, but I'm super appreciative of feeling this way, and I'm excited about the idea that even sharing this love with somebody someday, but I love it the way it is. I can be happy with or without someone, but I definitely don't want to lose this feeling. I like loving and being loved. I like it.
First of all, I'm going to champion it and congratulate you, first of all, for not listening to him and moving with him. First and foremost, no lie. And in my past of dating and knowing women, I've come across a woman that after we finished dating, we still remained friends. She went off to date another guy and then gave up her apartment and everything and moved with him. And then now she was subjected to him because she gave up her job and everything. And everything was on his time, his dollar, his this, his that, because he assumed control of everything. So in that sense, you dodged a huge bullet.
Yeah.
Secondly,
well, of course, and I wanted to say to Kathy too, because it's interesting when I heard on one of your earlier podcasts about girls when they were saying when they were dating someone. And they didn't want to make the person too good if they go off and then some other girl would benefit from that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And second of all, if you think about the situation, and once again on my earlier podcast, we talked to a bartender and he talks about nightlife and whatnot. Rule number one, you never leave the girl because of the fact that you got Mr. Steal your girl at valet, at the bar. He's asking you what you need. He's in the coat check. He's been eyeing you since you walked in the door. So once again, I'm honestly going to side with Jessica on this and Kathy because of the fact that now being in series of relationships that I have been in and situations that I have been in when dating women, I'm not going to lie to you. I've played the role of making a phone call saying I'm busy tonight, right. In my when I'm single, if I've got the attention of more than one woman, I will let the other woman know, hey, this is what's going on. So I'm not going to lie to you if, like I said, now is the age of social media and internet, and the playing field is level now, regardless of what you want to think. If you sound like you're talking about Mr. Wonderful, and if he's Mr. Wonderful to you, it sounds like one of my friends, and I had a group of friends, and we always used to hang out. And this was once again back in our 20s and our college years, our heyday. The rule was treat them all like they're number one. Okay, and that
talking about Chance.
No. We're not naming no names. No names. You see, these women are trying to put my friends under the bus. We do not do that here.
I love that.
But
I love it. No.
That was the idea.
I love that.
You treat them all like number one. Then you. So that's why sometimes like Kathy said, I think you fell in love with the man you've been looking for, not the man in front of you.
The idea
well, that's, and I was kind of, and I want to say I understand all of that, and I've been celibate for more than 10 years, so I'm not a stranger about what it is to look for a man. Yeah, so I'm just saying it wasn't any of that as far as I'm concerned, because I knew immediately I would, if it were not for friends nearby saying give him a chance, I would have. I mean, my idea is that I'm gone, because we don't need to do that, but I did want to also, again, to leave something better than I found it. People always think you have to have everything you want. And what I'm saying is I am cognizant of finding something that was joyful and that gives me hope in the fact of loving things is good. It's okay to love and not worry about I need to have this reciprocated to me. 100%. This person I knew I would not stay with because, I knew I wouldn't stay with because he wasn't functionally healthy to me in that sense. But I did want him to get help, and I sent him books and things and readings so he can, delve into it. And I gave him pointers, ideas you can do when you meet someone someday. Maybe not do this thing with the girl or do that, because clearly he is worthwhile and that someone who can have this with. I just knew it wouldn't be me. But I still, I'm very grateful. Yeah, I never, because it was only a month. I dated the guy for a month, and I said no. Much. And it ends up 2 weeks ago, he's still calling me and asking, he misses me.
Still hitting you with the baby, please? Yeah. He's hitting you with the
just notice he calls the day after Valentine's Day even, because he didn't want it to look like on Valentine's Day.
So who was he calling the day of?
You know what, Em?
Not a very smart man.
I gotta say this, Em. I agree with Jess and Kathy, the women at the table. You lost me when he left you at the curb for a cup of coffee, right? If he left you for a drink or something major, left you at the curb for a cup of coffee. The women here won me over when that came out. I'm like,
he's clearly showed that he wants to control.
That's why I said he is not evolved. He is not mature. He's stuck in that time warp place. But I don't look at everything as the idea that I have to get what I want, but I do recognize that it's out there and that I just wanted to be right with this person. I go back to Ty a lot because I wanted to make sure, just because I didn't understand him and he didn't use his words, and I wanted to still be fair to him so that he can have and find what he wants in life and that he can grow up. Yeah, and that it's not about me because I love what we had and shared, and that's what he misses right now. But it's okay. You don't have to have everything you want.
Well, let me just say, I do agree with Ty. I will put that out there that when you're in the correct situation, that working things out is definitely always number one. But however, some things like relationships in general in the very beginning should not be that hard. It should come easy. If it's that hard, then it's not going to work. And my best friend, she constantly tells me her motto for everything is show me, don't tell me.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting here saying all these things and he's not being the person that he's putting out there, then you're better off. You really are.
I'm just actually speaking out in the words, period.
I'm just mad that he left you at valet. Like, fam.
Yeah, we're very mad at that.
For quote unquote coffee.
I could have got on. Yeah. What does Kathy and Daniel say? How are they? Because they've been there for a while. Well, how about them? What investments do they have?
So,
being only early in their relationship.
Well, no, we're newer in our relationship from a perspective at the table, but I would say, first of all, just to give you context, we met on a dating site.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay,
so we met on a dating site.
Yes.
So
James too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have a best friend that is actually married to the woman he met on the dating site.
The dating site thing is not something that we're against or something that we would say like
no.
I'm just saying for context. But
right, exactly.
But as it pertains to that, we have great communication. We talk about everything, challenges, this, that, and the third. And one thing is when you communicate with somebody, you get an understanding of kind of their personality, right? So when he asks you to move there after the first time you've been there, right? It's similar to, Chris's previous situation, right? Where he took total control, right? And in the context of your emails and things like that, it just looked like he was trying to control not only the entire situation, but you as an individual, right? You moving there, dropping your life to live there from that first time you visited there. I think the context of the relationship from your standpoint is like, okay, well, this is fun, maybe not something of quality, right?
Correct. And that's what I was willing to accept. I'm like, I live on the West Coast, he lives in the South. I'm saying when you want to get together and have a good time, that is wonderful.
But at some point, you seem to have fallen.
No attachment. Fallen like
you went from. I get the feeling you went from. It went from he lives on this side of the country, you live over here. Everything is going to be fun or whatever. To the point where you kind of like now have fallen in love with him, or kind of wanted something more than just a casual relationship.
No, he wanted more. I mean, but he wasn't. Again, he offered right away. I've been there, only staying with a couple of days, but he could see I changed his world, his life completely while I was there. 1 week, even his life, even his home today. I mean, at this moment has changed because of my small visit. But it had nothing to do with that, huh?
So sorry.
I
think to your defense. I think to your defense and to add to your validity is sounds like you've been talking to him for like 3 years. I think you said prior to the whole.
No. We spoke briefly. We spoke briefly 3 years ago when he first met me on Match, and then we didn't speak. I discontinued the conversations with him because I didn't like to tell him in his email. He contacted me 3 years later, which was last year.
Okay, I thought it was on. Yeah,
so we didn't have
3 years. Okay.
No. I'm just pretty direct and pretty easygoing, and I'm not a person who wastes a lot of time or other people's time or energy, so I don't do that. But this is a short. I'm telling you, basically from the month of June, by the end of September, we weren't talking anymore. It was that short.
So I think it's
nothing brilliant.
I think we all at the table are going back to what Ty has said as far as peeling back the onions and whether you want to peel back those onions or not. This is a new relationship for me. We've been in the relationship a year and a half, and I think I'm making the decision to start peeling back those onions with this person because I love this person. But it sounds like that you don't even have a year and a half. You have like maybe
I was just going to say
a month. Yeah. So you're at
and
a
that's
position
why I'm
where,
saying,
like Jessica said, you're very new. Like it should not be this difficult. You should. So
that's why
making
I
the decision of
it.
peeling back the onions or not is, for me personally, null and void. Like it'd be absolutely not.
Yeah. This is Nina.
And that's why Nina, and that's why I asked the question to Chris, because I was being told by him that you just walked away from it without trying, and I'm saying no. These are signs, these are indicators of
I think it's hard.
behaviors.
I think it's hard to build a relationship based off of stuff, internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, especially if you're,
particularly from that distance perspective.
Exactly. If you're coming from two different sides of the United States or country, it's kind of hard to build a relationship based off of that.
But that's not necessarily. I don't think that's necessarily a truth, because again, it's the quality. It's what you will evolve and decide what people are and where you want to be in a relationship with them.
Yeah, but
I agree with you.
No, but it's hard to distinguish what's real and what's not based off of that, because.
No, but there's a lot. This is what I want to say. There's a lot of people have a lot of insecurities and fear that someone else would make them feel safe.
Correct.
And I'm very, and I feel like he had an insecurity of something, but it wasn't my job to make him feel safe in a home with a girl who's got nothing going on for her but simplicity. That wasn't my job to make him feel comfortable that I wouldn't do something to him that someone may have done to him before.
And those are those layers.
That's what I see today. In today's dating world, it's made it that way for so many people. People are afraid of each other. Men and women aren't even panic anymore.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
No. And this is Nina. I mean, I'm a big component of definitely online dating, because I feel as though people aren't going out to bars anymore or anything else. Yeah. So no, I would say continue. Unfortunately, he has his own issues, or he's been dating a lot of younger women, which, I mean, statistics shows that these men who have, I feel as though he might have been married in his past. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No children, never been married.
Oh.
Actually, when he saw me on site, apparently he thought I was younger too. Because one of the things.
You sound like we're all in our mid-30s, and I was like, oh my God. I mean, well,
because
to me,
when I got there, he asked that I wear shorts, for instance. He asked, he said, "Do you own shorts?" And I was like, "Of course I own shorts." He goes, "Can you wear them?" And I remember coming out one day wearing shorts, and he was just over the hill happy, like, "Oh my God, you can wear shorts, little tiny shorts." And I was like, "Yeah, of course."
Question:
And
do you feel like you gave him the benefit of the doubt based on his location and where he grew up and kind of his upbringing being from the South?
No, this will be a spoiler alert. He's not from the South. He's actually from the West Coast. He's born and raised.
He's definitely playing you, and he's lying.
Guys, we stuck up for this guy as long as we could. I stuck up for him as long as I sat here quiet. I was just waiting for the punchline. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
This is Ty, and I told you
we can't even use this now.
Right? Honestly, we were.
That's hilarious.
This is Will. I specifically was trying to give this man the benefit of the doubt, because we didn't have no story from him.
Yeah, and now since you let the cat out of the bag, he is.
Wait, where exactly is he from?
Yeah,
what city?
Orange County.
Wait, what city?
Born and raised in Seattle.
Okay, this is Ty. I also was trying to be neutral, but I have an old saying that I'm a firm believer in. If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, it's probably a damn duck.
Quack, quack, motherfucker.
There's something, Ty, you'll find this funny. You know what my nickname for him was? I called him Ducky.
I'm gonna let you know right now. He got a couple girls on the side that he's playing with.
Come on now.
Like he's from the West. It's just in their nature, and minus the and plus the fact, once again, he has money. He's in that situation where
But does he? Let's really think about that. But does he? Who doesn't pay for valet? Who complains at dinner about the prices?
Bruh.
Who leaves their quote unquote laptop and says they don't feel safe? Like,
No joke. Check this out.
There's a
Check
lot
this
of-
out.
but one thing that I've learned about since I've moved from Chicago to the side of the country, and a lot of people here are affluent and have wealth, but they're very frugal, and that it didn't shock me. You know that was it because
frugal and cheap are two different things.
No.
All that I work with those people every day, all day, and there's tons of them. It's everywhere like that. So that didn't surprise me. It was just the principle of the power. It wasn't about the money.
You deserve better. You deserve better. Don't even worry about it.
Don't
You
go
really
back.
do.
Yeah,
I
no.
wanted that. I'm so grateful to you all because I wanted
This is Daniel.
an
You
objective
did.
audience.
You did nothing wrong.
Yeah, you did more than you should have. First of all,
That's all we've been waiting
I'm going
for.
to tell you this right now.
Yeah, she did.
My second
Okay.
date with Kathy, we went to downtown Disney. We were wrestling around, blah, blah, blah. I parked. We had dinner. We walked back to the car. I forgot to get my parking validated. I was like, it's going to be a couple bucks or whatever.
It's
Right?
like $40.
Nigga, was I about to make a bad impression on her to walk back to that
Exactly.
goddamn
you're
restaurant?
not doubling back.
I wanted
Exactly.
pulled up to that thing and said $36. I handed that motherfucker my card like it was the fucking like it was like, that's normal. $36,
bro.
Charge that
Oh
shit
my
in my
God.
head.
In
your head,
I
you
wanted
were
to
cussing
fucking
them.
shoot myself. But did I pay for that shit with no
100%.
hesitation? 100%. Let's go.
I know, but I know, but you do it, and if you want to impress her, she's with you the first time, and even if you know I'm going to have this.
It wasn't impressing her. It's about
No.
not looking like a cheap ass
No.
motherfucker.
I'm saying no because I have quite a few guy friends, Chris being one of them.
Yeah.
And I can say that anytime I've gone out with any of my guy friends, they know better. They take care of everything. I don't even have to bat an eye. They're not like, girl, what are you ordering? That's too expensive. No, it's whatever you want. Do you want another drink? What are we doing? Like,
M,
no.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, M. This is just off top. A lot of my friends hate me for it. When a girl even just gets in my car, there's like 24 roses waiting for them off top, and that's even before. And then when we pull up, I'm
And he's putting those flowers together himself. I'm just gonna put that out there. The arrangements by Chris is coming to effect.
Costco plug. Costco plug for sure. Costco plug.
Right?
Well,
Was Kathy
you'll love
like?
this
Was
story.
Kathy like? You can go back and get that validated.
no,
I was like, no. We're still together to this day. You know, right now, if that
Yeah.
same situation were to happen, we will both walk back and get that validated.
Yeah.
But not
Facts.
on
Oh
date
my
number
God.
2. Let's be
No.
real. Like,
No, but you.
I would have been like, hey, you want to hang out here for a second? Okay. Disneyland is no joke. As we've discussed on the show,
I agree.
Disneyland is no joke.
No. A few days before I was to fly out to visit him for the first time, he actually sent flowers here. He sent flowers to me. And when it arrived, I was about to leave
player.
the show and get on airplane. It's like, it's like, it was 6 roses. And I was like, first of all, I don't like roses, but there were 6 of them.
6.
That's because he bought. Hold on, he bought 2 dozen. And he has 4 girls.
he said you gotta earn these other 6.
He couldn't even get you the full dozen.
He bought 2 dozen and he has 4 girls, 6 each.
Exactly.
I
That
know,
means
but I'm just thinking the amount of money it took to send that to me. I'm just saying it was a waste. I'm just shocked. I'm like, I said, there's 6 roses here. I think someone has the other 6. Can you do that? But
yeah, you can. That's half a dozen.
You can do
You know
that.
what?
I was
Just-
shocked too.
Just
if it's in
give us
multiples
his
of-
number,
if it's in
please.
multiples of
Just
12,
give us his number.
you're
You
in
know,
trouble.
Chris don't buy it less than 24.
We want to just give him a call right now on that
Listen,
follow-up
he's been
date
doing
thing.
Well, let's keep in mind too. M said
Want
earlier.
to go contact it.
Nah.
Let's keep in mind.
What was
M said
that?
earlier he was a successful businessman.
Man,
I don't
fam.
know a lot of
He is
successful
successful.
businessmen that are broke.
Wait,
successful,
okay.
you got money.
Hey, that's how the rich stay rich. That's how the rich stay rich.
Oh, yeah, they
I know a
definitely
lot.
spend all
I
their
know.
money.
Okay, wait a minute though. I know a lot of rich gentlemen that I've been around. No pun intended. They've they have no problem shelling out money.
Right.
Whether like I got invited like to hang out with them in Vegas. Hey, Coy, you were there with me. We went to Sinatra's and we literally sat there. The bill came. He was like, "Oh no. We about to have fun tonight." And not even that. Like it's just the steps that. Maybe that's the difference between you know what? Because I have rich and wealthy friends.
Bro, he's right now.
So no. It doesn't matter. Okay, once again, he's okay. And M said he's an entrepreneur. He's a businessman. He owns his own business. Like, that valet is written off the
Word.
No,
you are not. Did you?
No,
That's light work.
Thank you.
That's why I said.
Right.
And you know, and I think for sure, like I said, I think that he was getting his talking points. There was another person involved. I think he was still like corresponding with his sister about the things, and I think his sister was giving him the talking points on
I
how to
promise
handle
you
it.
that there was multiple people.
Yeah, you saw
This
six
is not
roses.
just a.
6 roses means there was multiple girls.
And let me
here's
tell
another
you.
bad sign is there were no other men. When I said to him, why don't you pass this around to some of your other friends and ask how do they feel about it? Your male friends. But I'm always suspect, again, when I went someplace and I don't get to meet their friends and I don't see, he had no real other friends. He had people as associates. That's
You were
different.
there a week and you didn't meet any of his friends?
No. Not,
He didn't
no,
have any
and
friends.
I don't, that's
He don't got no
He's an
friends.
introvert.
He didn't have
He
any.
wanted you for himself.
Exactly.
Wow.
He is. Yeah.
No.
Hold on.
No.
No,
And
no.
when he
He
came
lived an
here,
introvert life.
no, when he originally came here, the first thing that was important for me is that even we met to go have lunch, but I asked, I said, would it be okay that I invite my girlfriend along? Because one, my family was concerned. And I made it clear, I said, by the way, when the bill comes, because I didn't know him, he's the first time here, and I said, please take the bill, because I didn't know what he might do, and I didn't know this person. I said, and pay for the entire bill, because that's etiquette-wise, we don't allow women when we eat out here together. Women don't pay for that bill. So it's important for you.
Especially from being from the South and all, Southern hospitality, right?
Well, right. I don't even know. I just told him that because I knew my friend, and I also they were concerned. But sure enough, that was the last time I ever. It's just hard to explain because it was definitely. I think I was something new and unique for him, but at the same time, I don't think maybe in his past experiences, no one's made him aware that these are the simple rules of etiquette with a woman or a young girl or whoever. He just didn't have that, and I didn't want to make him uncomfortable about it, but I finally had to say, it's okay to take a girl to a restaurant, nice restaurant, and it's okay to speak to the waitstaff. He just had things that were unevolved, and it was just for an old guy. I just was shocked. It was like you want to do these small things, but again, I wasn't there to groom him. I was just there because it was going to be a nice thing, and if he showed that he was receptive to having something unique and wonderful in his life, then I would be that. But I couldn't. And the only reason, again, why I wrote you is because people were saying, or he was saying, I gave up and I didn't try. And he wanted this apology, and that's the biggest thing. He put me on hold.
No.
But,
That's manipulation.
right. Well,
Control.
Yeah, he didn't deserve an apology.
No.
he still wants the apology as of last week. So.
As of last week, no.
Tell him to hold his breath.
Honestly, he wants an apology so that he can tell you he forgives you and then hook you back in. That's exactly what he wants.
Manipulation.
Well, his words, he's saying his apology is that he wants an apology for me asking him to leave my home. He said he's never been treated this poorly.
He's
by anyone.
lucky all
He
you
wants
did was
apology.
ask him to leave. The hell?
See, I'm sorry.
That's why I said that's why I
getting
needed
crazy.
to hear from brothers and sisters and ask other people outside of this realm. Just to make sure I don't want to harm anybody or harm anything.
He would have got cut by every woman in this room. Let's be real.
Yeah. Most definitely.
I wish I could give you this email and you could write it.
No.
We'll send you this
We
blog.
are definitely not doing that.
What is his IG? His contact information.
Please send.
No,
Please.
no, we
Please
are definitely not doing that. There's too many overly
got me,
aggressive
Nina.
women in here.
He'll get some clap emojis and first of all, and second of all.
There's both.
No.
Everybody in the
Jessica
room is
Kathy
champion.
can't hang out with you. I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
And what I want to say to you is definitely don't give up on love, because there are so many
never.
people out here who are looking to find a person like you. And unfortunately, you've met a man who has absolutely, I think he has an idea now what he wants, but he didn't know what he wanted
I'm
before.
sure he does.
Yeah, now because he's been messing with, I feel as though younger girls, not even ladies, younger girls, and now he knows, but you did the right thing. You did the right thing by, walking out, because it makes absolutely no sense. He had another agenda, but I definitely sponsor the apps and everything, because we have a lot of friends who have gotten married off of a lot of different dating apps. So don't give up. You will find your Mr. Right.
And what I don't sponsor is talking about relationships and clap all in the same conversation.
No, it wasn't a relationship, okay? It wasn't a relationship. He's acting extra.
You see what I got to do with him?
It was not yet. But I wrote Chris at one point, and I said, if I told you to think of this little brief meeting, you could do 22 podcasts.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
You did everything right. Let me just tell you, out of the three of us here, I don't know Kathy very well, but Nina is the strong, adamant one. I'm strong and crazy. I don't know where Kathy falls, but I feel like between Nina and I, he would have had no hope, because one of us was going to cut him. I'm just telling you.
What about? Well, I have lots of sisters, actual biological sisters, and I shared with them too. And they were just, I'm so easygoing. I don't like a lot of huff, and I don't do very good at exerting discomfort and power towards people. So of course, my 5 other sisters are like, they wanted to cut him, but. Because I don't do that kind of thing. Don't worry.
Don't worry. Kathy would have cut him too. Don't worry. I'm looking at her face right now, and I'm like now wondering if she has a razor blade on her. she probably,
she was about to pull it out of her hair.
Yeah, but I gotta go.
I want to tell.
Go ahead. No, go ahead real quick. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to thank you all, because I wanted to hear from guys, and I was asking that from him. So it's just. You were just an unusual gossip to find this format and to be able to say, I'm just going to write this in. My girlfriend said, we should write him. Okay, let's do it. And just your response was so nice, and you were so kind. So I thank you for doing this.
No, 100%. Like, honestly, like, this is what we all do. Like, I feel like this is the untalked about situations when, now my friends that were single are now couples, and now my couples that were friends are now married. And this is honestly, this is everything we used to do, but now I figured out a way to do it with them weekly with wine and cocktails.
Yeah.
It's so, and
oh my God, I love it.
Yeah. And that's what it's all, seriously, this is what it's all about. Getting things answered. And because in any situation, we are all going through situations, and we've all been through where you're at. We are just, everybody has been indifferent. Some of us have cut it off earlier. Some of us have cut it off way later than you. But we've all been there.
Absolutely.
But I thank you.
It's a wonderful thing. But never stop loving. Yeah, I don't want to stop loving.
100% not.
So don't do that.
And then please send me your work address. I definitely want to send you some merch.
Okay.
100%. Please send me your shirt size. I definitely want to send you some merch. I appreciate you. I can't thank you enough. Seriously, it's literally been one of the best nights here, because I've gotten all my couples here kind of to hang out, have a couple drinks, and really get down to the nitty gritty.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for inviting me, and I think you all are wonderful. So I look forward to just hearing more and hearing how you progress with this. It's a wonderful format. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, please email me. Yeah. Email me your address and your shirt size, please.
Awesome. I love you guys.
All right, love you too. Hey, you have a great night.
Bye,
thank
you.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Wow, that was powerful. That was crazy. Hold on. And you know me, I want to ask a single, let's see, hold on. Where are we at? Okay, here we go. I got one more I got to hit up. Yeah.
Can I just say, M sounded as though she was 38, not 50.
I thought that's what she said.
Bruh, no cap. No cap. I thought she was young. I thought she was younger. Just off what she was talking about, how she was talking.
Hello.
Hey, Alex, what's up? What are you up to? First of all, my bad. Coy hates when I do that. I'm so sorry. You are being recorded. You are on the Men Don't Know podcast. Coy hates when I do that. Coy, say what's up.
What's going on?
Hello.
Coy, Alex was with us on our Vegas episode. And she...
with us too, right?
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
that had like 30 engagements prior.
Yeah, there you go. 6 engagements. Yeah. Oh, damn.
Never forget.
Like smelly guys. I remember you, Alex.
Never forget.
Man, Alex, that's how they doing you. That's
What a
how they
memory.
doing you.
Hey, it's okay.
Okay, so check this out, Alex. I have 3 couples here with me. 1 year and a half. I got 15 years married, and I got 1 6-year relationship. I got Kathy and Daniel. Say hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hello.
I got Jessica and Will. 15 years married. Say hi.
Hi, Alex.
How you doing?
I don't know how they made
Hi.
it. Anyways, I got Ty and my sister Nina. They're here 6 years doing their thing.
Hola.
Hey.
I'm upset at Ty right now. Okay,
The bilingual.
okay, Alex. We just got off the phone with M. I sent you all the backstory and everything. Let me first, before we break it down to you, let me ask you this: Do you think she was right?
Yes,
Why?
because, well, okay, so from what I read about it,
Yeah.
he kind of tried to, like, cut it from the beginning, right? Like, it to me, it seemed like he was a little insecure over, like, her money flow, right? So once
Yep.
he got aggressive, like, I think there should be no aggression when it comes to any finances, you know, or if you already know how I live, like, how are you going to, like, constantly try to, like, you know, demean it or, you know, try to make me feel a little less than because I am doing good for myself, you know?
Right. So now let me bust it down for you real quick. He's from Seattle.
You don't even have to tell her all that. Just tell her the freaking valet story, and I guarantee you, Alex would have been like, "This motherfucker is tripping."
Okay. He didn't want to play for valet, so he dropped her off in the front of a club. Went to valet, was gone for 25 minutes
To get coffee.
to get
Took her purse with him
took
in
her
the
purse
car
and everything. She had to walk in the club by herself, and when
Wow.
he came back 25 minutes later with coffee on his breath.
and admitted that he went to get a coffee so he could stay up too.
Yeah, no, he would have been, you know what? I would have Ubered my ass out of there into another club and he could have just been like wandering around because, yeah, no.
Let me ask you this:
Yeah.
Do you think there's another woman or women?
Yes. You know, that's the first thing I thought. If he took off for a couple of hours and he's not
Relax.
from the area, then obviously he was setting other little arrangements
Is that
and
just
trying to
women?
like brush off.
Is that just women just thinking all men are dirtbags, though?
I'm not saying that all men, but this one, obviously the level of insecurity was pretty high.
No, you're right.
And from the moment that he needs to escape, come on, to go get coffee, he was having a conversation with somebody. Come on, that's just dumb.
Facts.
What if he
Chris.
parked at the coffee
There's
shop?
just too many little factors.
What if he parked there and they made him buy a cup
Look,
of
there
coffee?
is a reason
Word.
you are single, Coy. Okay,
You know
I'm
how
gonna
hard
need
it
you
is
to
to
stay
find
in your
parking
lane.
at the club sometimes?
No, there's a million situations that could have gone on right here.
No joke.
Starbucks does not take no 25
no,
fucking minutes to give you a coffee, okay?
Look,
Thank
Maybe
you,
it was
Jess.
a local
Thank you.
coffee shop.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that he probably had other females on the side, but that situation, I just don't think.
And
it's-
besides that, clubs and bars serve coffee. They have to because they serve alcohol. And
Yeah.
before
You would
we
know that. I get
close,
that,
you
but-
can be able to drink one. So no.
Boom.
he could have had a Red Bull.
Again, I will go back-
Exactly.
So Kathy was saying that he didn't necessarily go to like meet with somebody as much as it was.
He made a phone call.
Yeah, he made a phone call, text message.
Yeah.
He was securing his other situations on the side, but
Plan B?
he wasn't going to go see, not necessarily Plan B, as that could have been Plan A in that state or Plan A in another state, right?
Yes.
But it was just whatever
Right.
his other situations were he was taken care of. But I don't think he went
From
to go
what I
see
read,
somebody.
No, I'm pretty sure he just made the call. Come on, I'm sure he did something stupid like, oh, I'm on a business trip, you know. Oh, I'm about to meet with clients or something
Businessman.
and just needed to get away for a little bit, you know.
I'm trying my best to still defend this guy. So we have something to talk about, okay?
A businessman, a successful businessman.
At that.
Well, I'm just saying that's something I would do.
Oh,
Alex, when you run this back and listen to it, you are gonna really look at like, wow. It was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll let you know. It was a lot. We listened to a lot of unfolding and figuring out that this guy is, from what
A dirtbag.
Yeah, from what we thought, we were hoping he was from the South, and and I'm talking about like the dirty South, like we thought he was, like Alabama. We thought he wasn't making as much money as we thought he was. We thought financially it was going to be a separation. We were trying to give him I think
the benefit of the doubt.
Man, Ty, Will, Daniel,
I'm not
Corey.
convinced that she's over him.
No, she's
I'm
not
not.
over
Like,
him. She's not over him.
Damn, I know you.
If we still talking about it, she's not over
I'm
him.
not convinced.
No. But you know what? Honestly, in the beginning, I was kind of hoping that maybe it was just like an insecurity thing. Like, okay, maybe she makes more money than I do, and I know sometimes guys can get a little bit uncomfortable with that, especially if a woman offers to pay for a really good, expensive meal.
Shit, I'll be Stedman. Hey, no pun intended. I will be Stedman.
We know, Chris.
For real. Hey, fam, no 100. I'll wash and fold for 100%. Dinner will be on the table. The bubble bath will be drawn.
Chris Boone lives by that.
Bubbles. You have the rose petals. You have everything.
Hey, what did your boy YG say to Kalani? Like rose petals to the tub? Like that's me.
All the way. All the way.
Chris
all the way.
It's free as me.
Yeah, rose petals to the tub.
The way.
Like I got you.
All the way.
Like no, baby. Like the laundry is folded. The dinner is on the table. Go take a bath. I got the wine next to there with the weed roll to the side.
I did the dishes.
Yeah, no.
Everything is done.
The kids is
I
tucked
did your
in.
laundry. I folded your underwear. We did everything.
Oh, everything.
We good.
Alex, I think when we talked to M, it wasn't about that she's still madly in love. No. She really wanted clarification, like, hey, like, did she do the right thing? And you know what? At the end of the day, she really did. Yeah.
I feel like
validation.
She wanted validation.
I feel like she still liked this dude, though.
No, she 100%. Said she had love for him as a person, but that she wasn't in love with him like that.
Where did we leave off last? He emailed her, but she never responded.
Right.
For now,
week.
She did the right
for
thing.
now.
I just don't know if she's over it.
Key point.
She's gonna come back and listen to this and be like, maybe I should.
Maybe I should. Exactly,
Like, when you hear this,
Coy knows what's up.
What it is?
Hold on. Let Alex talk. Go ahead, Alex.
I think what it is, and it's just in general, like we always have that, and I mean, I'm going to say this like for myself, like we always have that what if,
Yeah.
like what if I wouldn't have done this, or what if I would have like dug deeper, but honestly, at the end of the day, his attitude towards her with, the like shutting her out, the stomping his feet, that's a child.
It is. I agree.
Child in your life. You're looking for a man. And if you can't step it up and like talk to me and tell me what your problem is so we can fix it, you don't need to be here. There's plenty more waiting.
Exactly. Especially because he's like going to be 60 this year and he's still playing games. Yeah. Oh yeah. He was 59 at that time. Well, he probably still is because his birthday's September 20th. And she's also of that mature age. But I mean, when you listen and you hear her voice, I mean, she sounded like she was super young. I think she's extremely vibrant. Everybody's looking for love, and it's unfortunate.
She can do better.
Oh, she can completely do better because he was sitting there playing games with her, like as though that they were like 24. Mm-hmm. It was really disappointing to be like, dude, you are 59 years old. No,
it's more like, hey, you're about to die. Get your shit together.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Thank you. And the simple fact is, though, I mean, I commend her, and I told her, don't stop looking for love because it is out there. There is someone looking to be with a woman of her stature, and that she's definitely gonna find someone. I'm a big component of people who are looking for love, and right now, no one is at the bars hanging out. We're all, homebodies, so everybody's on an app. And so at that time, she was on Match.
Koi said, "I'm still at the bar."
Facts.
I'm trying to find my girl I can leave in valet.
Nah,
coffee.
Koi still airdropping the dick pic. Don't even play with that.
Better not be.
No, hold on. But seriously, we really need to talk with this guy because we need to give him a. Hold on. I gotta know how to keep my game strong 20 years from now.
No. For real. There's always two sides to a story.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's why.
No, there is.
No,
What's he gonna say about the valet situation?
No, but did that really happen or not?
Yeah,
Do we know that really happened?
I know it happened.
There 100% is two sides to a story.
There is.
Agreed.
What's that? There is something he ordered at Starbucks.
Valet film. You can't double dutch the valet.
No.
No bullshit. No bullshit.
Ty,
No,
come on, Ty.
Nah, not all valet.
Come on, player.
Hey,
Listen, hold on.
There 100% is two sides to a story.
I hear you, but I hear you. No. But no. Don't look at Ty. No. Listen here. Real talk.
I'm talking to every man at this table. There's 100% two sides to a story.
Yeah, but don't look at Ty because
The
Ty
wrong side, which is yours, and the right side, which is ours.
No cap. Ty would valet his car at Denny's if they let him. No cap.
If I drove what Ty drove, I probably would.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But I guarantee you that he's not stupid enough to leave Nina 25 minutes outside of anywhere.
No, most definitely.
Not for no coffee, maybe with something else. Not for no damn coffee.
For a phone call?
No, most definitely.
It could have been an important business call.
Exactly.
No.
If you are a successful businessman, maybe. But there is two sides to a story.
We're all just reacting on what she's telling us. We don't know 100%
Exactly.
what happened.
100.
She
That's
sounds
very
super
true.
sweet and I'm not. We're not saying she's lying. We're just saying there's another. We're being open-minded.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he got a business call, right? That's what you guys want to say. That's what held him up. Okay. Do you guys all have? Wait. But do you guys all have speaker on your phone? So can you multitask and send me a text letting you know, oh, I'm sorry, I have a business call that came in. I'm running a couple minutes back.
Are you trying to hit people with like
Maybe
smart
he had an analog phone.
I'm just saying, like, logical.
No, 100%. I feel you.
And the only thing I'm gonna say is this: it's real easy on these shows to break it down into a battle of the sexes because I feel like there's a whole lot of male bashing.
Word.
My thing is this:
Yeah,
you know
see
what?
Chris going
Every
crazy over there in the corner.
negative action that a man encounters with, there's a female accomplice with it.
Word.
So y'all ain't no damn
There's not a lot
bundle
of
of
man
joy. So I don't know
Thank
why
you,
those
Ty.
breaks down to smashing on us every single damn time.
Let's be. I'm gonna get these from. I'm gonna tell you this from jump. Women are better at this than men.
No, that's 100.
1,000%.
Think about it. If your statement is true and they are better at it, why are we always the scumbags?
Because
the
nigga, we get
lowlifes,
caught the worst. We get caught the most.
Thank you. Thank you. You do get caught.
So then they're being rewarded for being sneakier. And
No.
That's
Let's keep it 100. We are
It's not about
the
rewards. That's
idiots.
just facts.
We are the idiots in any relationship.
Let me stop all you guys real quick and explain something.
I'm not an idiot.
Okay. Let me explain something to you. Check this out. A woman could cheat on you with the man next to you.
Word.
You have no fucking idea. Right?
How dare you?
Thank you.
That's facts. No. That's facts.
That's facts.
We could cheat on the woman with the
someone
woman
in
right
another state.
with a woman in another country, and we on full panic mode from the time we get back to our girl.
Word.
We are turn the phone over. Wait, put on do not
Who you
disturb.
talking to?
That's all you hear from us, and I'm like, fam, play it cool.
So, I think we all have a devious nature, both male and female. And
More
I
so
think
female.
it all just lines up with respect and with maturity. You know, I'm gonna
at
be
59,
41.
he ain't got it.
I would never disrespect
59.
the man that I care about and have him around somebody that I previously dated. And if I did run into somebody that I previously dated, I'd have enough respect to like do my little nod and keep walking, you know?
Yeah,
So,
not
I
even
think
acknowledge
also-
him.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just like,
if
hey,
we were caught in the
nothing.
same room, let me
Don't
explain
know
something to
Yeah,
you.
'cause a dude would be like, "Oh, let me text her real quick." or
Yeah,
something.
we don't say nothing.
Let me like hit her on the side, like, "Hey, don't say nothing," like some
Yeah.
stupid shit, or like, "Hey, like, what you doing around like 8:00?" Like,
Yeah, no, y'all women wouldn't even bat an eye at the dude next to you. We over here trying to text her in the bathroom. Hey, don't say shit. Hey, don't even come up to the table.
But
Blah,
you
blah,
know
blah.
what? That's where men fuck up. Because I had
No,
this happen to me a
100%.
couple of years
Situate
ago.
your situation when you start it.
Yeah,
That's your guys'
I think
problem.
That's where,
you guys are better.
that's where
We
men
admit
screw
that.
up. I was at a concert and I ran into a DJ that's in a really popular radio station, and he's dating a famous singer right now. And him and I had a little thing for like a minute. And her and I started talking, and he freaked out so bad that she asked me later on if him and I had something. And I was like, what? I'm like, we saw each other at an old school concert like a year and a half ago for like a minute. And she's like, then why is he all scared? And I'm like, that's a conversation you need to have with your man, not me. You
I
know?
will say this.
But I would have never said shit. I would have been like, hey.
Maybe
no
that's some
problem.
West Coast
Nice to
shit.
meet you.
And the dude y'all used to dealing with, I'm from New York. I'm from the East Coast. And I'm going to tell
Philly.
you right now, when and if I want to do some shit, I ain't as sloppy and half-ass as they
Word.
said all these dudes are.
Word.
When and if I want to do some shit. So I
Word.
don't know what type of simple-ass lames
Word.
y'all talking about.
hope.
Simple.
But when dudes want to do some shit,
Those were the
I'm
words
just
you
saying.
used.
It's that West Coast shit.
No,
First of
I'll
all,
give you that.
maybe.
I can't explain for the East Coast, but what I see out here on this side of the country, the women are better at it.
100%.
First of all, don't look at
No,
me
100%.
sideways and don't be surprised. Okay? Any little surprise that she said,
Oh.
All right. Alex, last question for you real quick before we hop off.
Sure.
Do you think she deserves an apology? Mind you,
No.
mind you, right now, he is constantly hitting her up. He is emailing her and trying to get her back because he's hitting her with that 90s R&B, that baby, please.
Oh, damn. I honestly think she should just move forward. It was just a blimp in the radar. Let's just keep moving because, you know what? He already showed too much disrespect.
No.
Way too much disrespect. The valet thing would have been enough for me.
No,
So-
he realized that he fucked up.
But he's asking her for an apology. You
No,
need that.
what I'm saying is,
Yeah, why does he need to apologize?
her continuing that think that she needs an apology is her reaching for him to try to get back in there. Like that's why I say
She's
that
not
I don't feel
completely
like
over
she's
it.
completely
No, I
over
don't-
it
that's not
because she's
over it.
trying to get that. She's
This
trying
should
to
be,
get that
this should
validation.
be cut and dry.
That's
This should be
why.
cut
I
and
like
dry.
that.
Walk away, right?
Because
not.
let's facts.
it's
If he was smart, pulled that Charles Xavier shit out and apologized, she would be right back out there visiting that nigga right now. Let's be real.
I'm mad he said Charles Xavier.
Sometimes,
Get out my fucking head, Charles.
sometimes you just need closure.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need closure.
True.
I mean, it is what it is. For women, we work differently. Yeah, I know. Don't be leaning into my mic. Don't give him yours either. For women, we function differently. We need an apology.
Yeah.
You need to acknowledge what you did. That's it.
He emailed the day after Valentine's Day.
Yeah, after Valentine's
He
Day.
knew what he was doing.
Exactly.
She
With
had,
his 6 roses. The fuck out of
she
here.
had nobody for Valentine's Day.
So
At this point, it's been 5
Oh, you
months.
know
There's
what
no
it
such
is,
thing as
then?
closure, right?
He's going to be one of those guys.
No, there's not.
wait,
it's
wait,
five.
wait.
It's 5 months.
wait, go ahead, Alex.
He's going to be one of those guys that disappears before every holiday so he doesn't have to purchase anything. He's trying to sound like just a little cheapskate.
He sent her 6 roses, Alex. 6 roses the day after Valentine's Day. Who does that?
and me and Daniel were trying to figure out, can you really send 6 roses to somebody?
Wait.
Hey, low key, you probably can send 6 roses. You go to Ralph's or Stater Brothers, and they have to sell on that shit the day after. That's what he did. That shit.
Wait, Alex, real quick.
He also delivers flowers now. He could have got them for $24.99, and that would have been 2 dozen. So
We know Chris doesn't do anything in less than 2 dozen.
Oh, facts, huh? Hey, bro.
Facts.
Chris, how are you single?
I mean,
do you want that list? Because we can make that a whole nother show. I can help you out right now.
Don't give it away tonight. Don't give it away tonight.
Hey, Coy, put that down. Put that down, Coy. Coy, put that down. Nah, you know what?
Let's go.
Yeah, it's just hard. I'm just, I'm out here looking for love.
Out here looking for love.
All the wrong places, apparently.
Hey, can I just say this about Chris? I've known Chris now for 6 years, and that's a smooth brother. But I swear,
Flavor
this dude
Flav
sound like,
over here at the end.
I swear he sound like Barry White on this podcast. That's the smoothest shit I ever heard in my life.
Real.
But normally he be high pitched as hell outside this stuff.
No, you're not even lying. Hey, Ty is not lying.
It's not Barry White. Theo.
All right, I gotta cut him off. I'm cutting him off. All right, Alex, I do appreciate you and I thank you. I will text you. Please send me your size. I definitely want to send you some stuff so that way you can rock the merchandise.
This nigga really cut it off.
Okay. Yeah, 100%. All right, I appreciate you though. Thank you so much.
Anytime. You guys have fun.
All right, you have a good night.
Thank you.
You too.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, Alex.
Bruh, that was crazy. Okay, so let me ask you this. I'm going couple to couple, and then Coy, you're gonna go last. Daniel
ain't got nobody.
Daniel Kathy, she do the right thing. Got out before she could have got into a world of trouble.
Absolutely. She needs to keep herself out.
Yes, that I will second that. She needs to keep herself out. I'm not convinced.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Will and Jessica. Are we seconding? She need to keep herself out. Go. Oh.
Yes, absolutely. Cause you be in my space. Yes, absolutely.
Well,
I also second that.
Okay, there you go. All right, third couple. Ty and Nina, go ahead.
Yeah. I believe we both agree that she should keep herself out.
Well, let him speak for himself.
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I say something though?
No, your name's
Not yet. Go ahead, Ty.
I would agree. Like I said, if it walks like a Doug and talks like a Doug, it's probably a damn Doug.
Word. But I mean, there is also two sides to every story.
100%.
All right. Coy, go ahead. Flip the pancake over. Go ahead, Coy.
Flip the omelet over.
Go ahead.
Based on what we've heard, yeah, he's probably playing her. But at the same time, we like to hear her side.
Stop there, boy.
And number 2, I gotta apologize to you.
Okay.
Because I'm your Asian friend. I like to save you money,
Yeah.
get you the best deals whenever I could, right?
Yeah.
All this time, been letting you buy 24 roses for one girl. You could have been dividing it into 4 girls and give them 6 each.
Coy, put that down, Coy. Oh my gosh. All right,
I'm
guys.
so sorry. I apologize.
Coy with the mic drop.
I should have sniffed that out a long time ago.
Flowers.com. You probably can get 6 roses from flower.com.
Yeah, they had too much. Once again, guys, I do appreciate everybody for listening. I appreciate everybody for championing this podcast. I can't wait to give you guys the special announcement I'm dropping in April. First week of April. I cannot wait to tell you guys. But for now, I thank you guys. This is everything. Thank you guys for listening.
Thanks for having us on.
I thank everybody. I thank for all you couples because without y'all, this would not be possible. And Em, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for reaching out to me.
Yeah.
Please
Best
hit
of
me
luck,
up.
Em.
And best of luck. Trust me, I have friends that have I have multiple friends that have married off of multiple different dating apps and whatnot. Thank you so much. Keep trying. And
I hope this was the validation she needed. I really hope.
yeah, no, 100%.
Replay this podcast every time.
Yeah, no, 100%. Man, Coy, hour 52 minutes in, man. We out, bro.
Right.